Violence in television and video games has long been a concern for parents, but could activity on reality television be even worse? We're talking about drinking. One study found that 79% of meals on reality shows, they're not meals, they're actually just drinks.
Well, we got the inside scoop. Some of our producers on this show produced reality shows, and we got the behind-the-scenes look. I mean, they are encouraging people on these reality shows to basically stay sauced.
Well, we might know someone who was once on a reality show and might have
Who would that be?
some insight.
Who would that
So what was it like on that show?
Well, look, everyone's experience is different. Number one, mine was well over 11 years ago. So for me, no, that was not a big part of my experience. It didn't mean I wasn't enjoying alcohol, but the thing that I have noticed is as time has evolved and reality television has become this massive, massive entity, you see more and more, it's fights
Look
and
at
alcohol.
Travis, wine and dining the ladies.
I love the sideburns. Look at that.
That feels literally like a different lifetime. I can't even begin to tell you. But I was in a chateau outside of Paris, France. It was amazing. I mean, we were traveling we took helicopters down to Champagne, France, and we went to the Riviera, and alcohol was an element, but it wasn't the focus. But whether it's reality television or scripted television, Hollywood has long glamorized alcohol. And it's funny because all my favorite shows are some of these streaming shows, and it's interesting that the top characters always have a glass of bourbon in their hand, or there's always alcohol present. It's almost as though there's something wrong with you if you don't always have alcohol by your side. And I think that, yeah, kids see that and they think, well, heck, on TV, everyone always has alcohol, shouldn't I?
My little brother watches and he idolizes some of these bartenders on these shows, and then I see him posting these things on Instagram, and I'm like, you're gonna get kicked out of college, but he thinks it's cool. He's like, no, I'm gonna get my own reality TV show, Tanya. You don't know what things are like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they glamorize it and they idolize it. I watch it too, though, so it is my guilty pleasure.
But I think, part of it is that if you're on reality shows, you're not actually an actor, so it's really stressful. All of a sudden, you have this camera following you around. You might want to drink just to take the edge off so you're not so nervous around the camera all the time. But I think the problem is that studies are linking this to underage drinking. People get really vested in these reality show characters, and they care, and then they drink along with them. I mean, it's fascinating.
Tanya, your brother's a good example that he watches it, he's trying to emulate their behavior.
People consume reality television because of the histrionic behavior of a lot of the people,
It's more dramatic than real.
You should have seen how dramatic I was. I mean, I danced naked every night. I'm kidding.
Rewind. Let's see that.
Yeah, let's roll to that video.
Let's see that.
I was the most boring bachelor in history, I'm sure. But the point is, that's why people consume a lot of reality television, because you never know what's going to happen, because people behave in really bizarre ways, oftentimes due to, heck, the other thing we've heard from producers is that behind the scenes of certain shows, there are people doing cocaine and other things. So it's there.
And talking about drug use on these reality shows, I mean, it's clearly sending the wrong message.
Well, I think the takeaway here is that you have to be very careful what your kids, adolescents are consuming when it comes to television.